Dear kitmen, we see you, we appreciate your work. While some fans reckon it's just hanging up shirts in dressing rooms, we know it's so much more. A football team's kit is its identity, its uniform, what sets it out from the rest. But it doesn't clean itself. That's not just the shirts, it's the shorts, the socks, the training gear, the boots, the other bits we sort out behind closed doors. Who's the one digging around in that smelly, stinky laundry basket at full time? Yeah, it's the kit man. They have a lot to work on in a week, from laundry, fixing damaged kit, repairing holes, cleaning boots. Then they pack the van and take everything they need off to the stadium, ready for game day. They don't get a lot of help when they get in the ground too. Kitmen are the ones unloading a full squad's worth of boots, kit, medical bags, and all the bits the players and coaches will need between the start of the day and switching off the floodlights at the end of the day. First thing they do is organise each player's kit, make it easily accessible in order to avoid any dramas on match day. Once everything's in the right place, it's into the dressing room, lay everything out, put players' nameplates on the right locker, all the things you don't even think about on a match day. Once the players arrive, if anything needs doing, they call the kit man. In the meantime, it's on the kit man to help set up for the warm-up. The coaches don't always have time to lay out all the cones and put the balls in those weird triangle piles you see. As the warm-up is underway, the kit man then becomes a glorified ball boy, chasing stray shots and passes, making sure they aren't lost in the crowds. They eventually do the tidying up too, getting everything off the pitch before kick-off and assist the ground staff with any last-minute things they may need. After that, it's last call for the players. Then, at kick-off, they can breathe a
welcome to the Sports Bar and talkSPORT. I'm Jamie O'Hara. Over there, he's back. Jason Cundy.
Hello, mate.
No? Anyone see? No?
Get on with it.
No? Chelsea?
No, get on with
Anyone
it.
see?
No.
Chelsea?
No, get on.
Lampard?
No, let's talk about Man
John
United.
Terry?
Let's talk about two United, West Ham and...
Mourinho? No? No?
No.
Where's his scarf? Where's Chelsea's scarf? Huh? Where is it?
Get on with the show.
Ah, dearie me. West Ham, they fought back for a draw tonight. Old Trafford, not like Chelsea last night. That was live on talkSPORT. 1 win in 5 last games for Manchester United. Age-old question, are we seeing improvement with Ruben Amorim? I don't know what's going on with West Ham, though. Got themselves back into them. Could have nicked it at the end. Jared Bowen, brilliant again, as usual. Are you worried, though, that you are still looking at relegation? Cundy's back. We've got to talk about Chelsea. It's shambles
we don't have to.
last night. We'll get into it. There's loads to go at. Can talk Premier League. 03 717 22 33 44. Up the Chels.
Up the Chels.
Up the Chels.
Yeah. Toughie, mate, last night. That was a toughie.
What happened?
Oh, mate, that was shocking. That was absolutely disgusting. That's the worst we played under Maresca.
Oh, really? That bad?
That's the worst we played. Yeah, that's comfortably, mate. It was absolutely turgid. Can't defend it, Jay.
Can't defend it? No?
I can't defend it.
No positives to take from the game?
The only positive
is
that Cole Palmer came back. It's the only positive.
Yeah.
Come back off the bench, mate. Been out 2 months. It's the only there was nothing there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Missed you last night, mate. There's a lot of people.
I did phone up, mate. I did phone up.
Yeah, you showed your face for a couple of minutes, but you know, if you do want to have a go at Cundy, if you're a Leeds fan, you didn't have the opportunity to speak to Jace last night, you're more than welcome to phone up tonight. Give him some stick.
Do you know what? I hope they go down, Leeds.
You said that last night.
Yeah, I hope they go down.
That's out of order.
Not bitter, though, am I?
No, just a bit. I mean, there's a massive 3 points for them. Yeah. We'll get into that anyway later on in the show. We have to talk about tonight. Man United, again, throw another 3 points away. That's a loss at home against Everton and then a draw against West Ham. This is not the performances that you need to see if you want to, you know, the money that they've spent, the players that they've got.
They flatter to deceive Manchester United. Do you know that?
Exactly what they do. Because
I thought West Ham first half played well, actually. I thought they played really well. Man, you know, there's something missing. There's something, and then actually, there are times where United actually knock it around quite well. But in that final third, mate, there is just something missing. That piece of brilliance, that piece of, creativity turns nothing into something. They're workmanlike. They're pretty dull to watch.
I think they're all right to watch because you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think they're pretty dull.
I'm sat there. They go 1-0 up, and I'm going. I said Man United will win this game 1-0.
We both said that, and you could see the way the game was going. United will have a little bit of something, and in the end, it's a brilliant goal, right?
Yeah, it was a really good goal. But they just let teams back in. They give up chances, and I don't know if his substitutions work. He makes changes.
They're unconvincing.
Yeah,
1-0, the game is never. I don't care who you are. 1-0, the game is never over. Especially when you're Man United. And then you feel, when they got themselves back in West Ham, you could hear Old Trafford, every Man United fan's fearing. And they, you know what?
They had a bit more quality. They would have won the game.
Well, there was that one that Bowen puts right across the 6-yard box, right? That, if you've got someone if Wilson's got a little bit about him and he just gambles, he toes that in, and everyone there felt, oh my God, we could lose this now. And they're just unconvincing workmanlike. They're not particularly great to watch. There are passages of play, actually, where they knock it around quite well. But largely, mate, they're just a workmanlike team. And, you're going to get...
They're just a bit meh.
They are meh.
They're very meh,
They are. They? And the funny thing is, right, had they won tonight, they'd have gone joint fifth. They've gone points.
They would have gone fifth, yeah.
They'd have gone fifth, same points as Chelsea and fourth. But it's like, they probably don't... do you know what? Overall, it probably felt like a draw. Man United didn't do anything special. I'll have a look at the stats now, right? But I don't remember them peppering the goal. There wasn't there was those moments. West Ham looked more likely to win it.
Yeah, in the end, West Ham got themselves back in the game. But Man United have got to put teams away. I mean, if you're on top,
unconvincing, mate.
Yeah, it's exactly what they are. I don't know. I know. Like Amorim feels like he's steadied the ship, which was sinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's still got holes in it. This ship.
Yeah.
Well,
it has. We saw tonight. The last two games at home, they've scored one goal and they picked up 1 point out of a possible 6. They got beat home to Everton down 10 men. It's
not sinking. They're floating.
Treading water. That treading water. We used to do that. Score in the deep end.
Yeah.
Keep your head up.
They're there, but they're not moving anymore. They're not really like.
No.
You're not going right. Here we go. This is a Man United team.
I mean, look. Despite all of that, they're actually quite well positioned. I mean, they're 22 points now behind, same as Brighton. They're 2 points off top 4. It is possible. They are still Manchester United. They still are capable.
Beat by Everton at home.
Yeah.
And then they draw with West Ham.
Yeah, but then they go at Palace in between and beat Palace.
That's a massive result.
That's a massive result.
They got Wolves at the weekend.
I think they got Wolves next.
Monday night.
It's Monday night.
So, there's another massive game that they probably have to.
Well, Wolves are terrible, but I think United fans must come away just really frustrated with what they're seeing at the moment. Really frustrated because the players have got, they're better than that. But they're just a bit dull, I think. Uninspiring, dull. Not particularly great up front. Defensively, I'm going to give you a chance. There's a lot of work to be done still, mate. There.
All right, let's go to some calls. Hugh's a Man United fan. All right, Hugh.
All right, Hugh.
Hi, lads. How are you?
Hello, mate.
All right, Hugh. Look, you've heard us talking there. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I don't think I need to call you. Basically everything you've said, I totally and utterly agree with. Explain to me, right? Mainu, absolute world beater, sat on the bench, and people tell me, he's only 20 years of age. Listen, that Limar or whatever he's called, who plays for Barcelona, he's playing at 17, 18 years of age. If you're old enough, you're good enough. And I see a quality player like that, and he's not even given a chance in this team. And the formation is shocking. And my other thing, just while I'm on a bit of a roll, right? One of the things really bugs me is people keep saying Amorim's a really nice guy, and I'm like, is he? I said, all I see with Amorim is these 5 lads there who he couldn't work with, he's sent elsewhere, who have done wonders elsewhere, and now we sold the likes of McTominay and all the rest who give their all, and then he plays this stupid formation which is ultra defensive. You get 1 point at home to Everton and West Ham. I mean, that's shocking. At what point are we going to look at his win rate and go, actually, enough's enough? Sometimes we've just got to draw a line and say, see you later, pal, it's nice knowing you, but we actually want someone who knows his football, knows tactics, and knows how to keep shape. At the moment, I agree with everything you said. It's so dire watching us. I went to that with my lad, and I'm thinking, I was growing up during the 90s and the noughties and stuff, and we watched some wonderful football. Yeah. And maybe I get reminiscing, under Fergie, like it was always amazing. It wasn't always amazing. No. But you know what? 70-80% of the time, it was bloody good to watch, and the lads gave it all. And I watched it these last few seasons, and especially under Amorim, it's just dire, mate. It's dire.
Can I ask you a question? You mentioned Kobbie Mainoo. I'm glad you did, because we were talking about it before we come on air. He just does. He's not having him, is he? He's just not having him. And if you're Kobbie Mainoo, and you're, in a game, see the subs that he brought a Garcia in the middle of the park, right? Or actually, I didn't think done particularly well. He's brought Dogo for Dalu, right? Okay, so there's a little bit more. I get that. That's fine. Martinez comes on for Luke Shaw. That's on 88 minutes. So he's trying to shore things up. And Yoro come on. Look, I felt Evan was a red card, another booking away. So I get that. But Kobbie Mainoo can't find a place, mate, in the game where you probably need to control the game.
Completely, 110%. You've totally nailed it there. If you put him on in the middle of the car park, his energy levels, he's beautiful on the ball. He caresses the ball. He knows how to play. He's an England international. This guy's not a mug. He's 20 years of age, and he's been playing for England for a couple of years. Tells you a lot. You've got clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona who are circling round him. And I'm like, if you say to me, who do I want to lose? The manager of United at the moment, who I've not got much time for, or Mainoo, a top player, yeah. I'm like, there's no comparison between the two. I'm like, I know who's going in my books. Do you know what I mean? He's
just not having him. He's not having him.
He's not.
Some managers, he just don't fit. And it just feels like with Kobbie Mainoo, he just don't fit Amorim. Just not having him.
And apparently people who know him and say him and his work rate in training, everyone who knows his family's apparently he's a lovely bloke, he's got a lovely family and all the rest. And it's thinking, what's everyone else seeing that he's not? But as I say, I don't believe he's a top bloke. But the fact you can't work with all them people he's lost, I'm like, you've got to find a way to work with people we struggle with. That's life. Do you know what I mean? But he doesn't seem to. And then everyone says he's a lovely bloke. Well, why is he? What's he done to him?
I don't know whether, the Kobbie Mainoo one, I mean, clearly, from what we know, I don't know the boy, but he seems one of those lads that keeps himself to himself, just, obviously loves his football. But like Jay says, his face don't fit. For whatever reason, his face just doesn't fit. He's just not having him. And if you're Kobbie Mainoo and I know it's a World Cup year, that chance looks like it's gone. It's gone. It's gone, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
But even for your own professional career now, there's no point in him sitting on the bench. He's too good for that. There are dozens of teams, not just in this country, but abroad, that will have him, and he'll start.
Yeah.
Dozens.
Yeah, I just don't know if they'll let him go. That's the thing. All right, Hugh, listen, thanks for your call. Let's go to Mike. He's a Man United fan. All right, Mike?
All right, Mikey.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Don't sound great.
Every time we change it up, when he brings his subs on, we look worse. We're not better, we're worse. When he brings the subs on.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
What's happened, though, Mikey? I mean... Sometimes I watch as you're good, sometimes... And then I watch you and you're like, oh, what are you? I don't know what you are.
Well, there's no fighting them, is there? There's no biting them. You know what I mean? When we won all,
yeah.
There was no bite. There was
fear then.
To say, we're going to win. There was no fear. We were actually fearing them.
Yeah,
it was squeaky bum time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could see that. That subs coming up to try and make a difference. I think we need to give West Ham a bit of credit here, by the way, because even though they get themselves, they might have won it. Imagine that if they'd nicked it at the end. Imagine what the calls would be like now.
They almost did.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think we should give West Ham a bit of credit, mate. They're probably, over the course of the 90 minutes, I don't think too many people can argue with the score.
It's all gone a bit quiet on Amorim, though. All right, we've got to wait there, though, because Jared Bowen is with Deck McCarthy at Old Trafford.
Right? Yes, he is indeed. The West Ham captain is right in front of me. Jared, what's your overriding feeling from that performance tonight?
I mean, you're never happy with drawing a game. You want to win every game that you play, of course. I think especially in the situation that we're in as well, you want maximum points. But I think the way the game went, going a goal down with 15 minutes to go, it showed a real fight, a real hunger to get back into the game, and we managed to do that. And even at the end, nearly go on and win the game. So listen, you can never fully say that you're happy with a point, but I think with the situation, we take the point.
You mentioned it there. Obviously, when you went 1-0 down, it wasn't like you just lied down and the fans really showed their appreciation at the end there. But just a word on your teammate, Freddie Potts. It felt like he was everywhere tonight.
Yeah, and he is every single game. And, you know, it's I said when he made his debut, it's a credit to himself, the way he applies himself, because, you know, he understands the club, he gets it, and you see that in his performances. You know, he's come into the Premier League where many have failed, especially, you know, his age, being English, being the West Ham's boy. He's dealt with every single situation and took everything in his stride, and you see the rewards he's getting tonight, putting in a magical performance away at Old Trafford.
And what does it feel like when you're on the pitch and you feel the tide going and the crowd are up on the backs of Manchester United players? Can you sense that on the pitch?
No, I think to play for this club, you can never give in. You know, the fans were supporting us every single step of the way. And we feed off that. And you know, I think they were cheering us after the game. I think they see the run-in, the hunger, the never give in attitude, and that's what they want to see from us players. And that's what we've got to give them more. And you know, I thought today was a perfect example of that. Going 1-0 down, this atmosphere changes to, you know, being a little bit hostile to, you know, they're all on their sides and makes it difficult for us. But I think if you do all the right things for a certain amount of time, you get your rewards, and we got that with a goal.
And how good will this be going forward for momentum purposes?
Yeah, and it's down to us to build on it. You know, it can never be one good performance and then, you know, on Sunday we not turn up. We know the level, we know the benchmark. We set that against Newcastle, against Burnley, first half against Bournemouth. You know, Liverpool was disappointing the other day, but we know the standard, we know the level. And, you know, a game in 3 days, you have that confidence from tonight. You know, there's things that we didn't do so well, but, you know, things that we've done well as well, and we have to take that into the game because, you know, in December the schedule is carnage. So it's maximum opportunity to get really good results and then shoot right up the table.
Thank you very much, Jared. That was the West Ham captain there.
Yeah, thanks, Dick. We'll come back to the managers. I'm sure going to be coming out and talking about their performance from their team as well. Let's go back to Mike. He's a Man United fan. Mike, just talk about the substitutions. And I have to say, like, I don't get Amorim, some of the subs he makes and players coming on making a difference.
Well, you've got a problem, haven't we? We've got the African Nations coming up, and we're going to lose 3 of our best players. Then what do we do in January? Do we go and spend the money, or what are they going to do? Because Cunya's going to be going, Amorad's going, isn't he? Yeah. And Bremo.
By the way, Ahmed was good tonight.
Yeah, Ahmed's your best player.
He was good tonight.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But we're going to lose him now, aren't we?
Yeah, you lose him for 3 weeks. Your FA Cup weekends. I don't know if that's the draw been made.
No, it's on Monday, I think it is.
Yeah, so you know you'll lose them for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But you have
and that could be massive problems and trying to go forward to get in the top 4, isn't it?
Of course, but
you're nowhere near the top 4.
Well, they are.
No, but they're not though, are they? When you look at it,
you know what I mean. Yeah, but you know what I mean. At the moment, they are.
They're in the hunt. They're in the hunt. They are in the.
Do you think Man United can get in the top 4?
No, I'm not saying they do.
Beat home to Everton.
No, I'm saying, but
they're drew with West Ham.
But they're one of those teams that we look at in that top 4. But like there's Villa in there, there's Chelsea in there. Then you got, Sunderland have a remarkable. There's a lot of traffic in there. A lot of teams that will fancy. They're in better form than United right now as well. They're still in the hunt though, mate. They still feel they can get there.
Yeah, all right, maybe now, but no way. I can't see it. All right, Mike. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Dylan. He's a Man United fan. Dylan.
All right, Dylan.
Hello.
All right,
Mike. Dylan.
Yeah, I'm good. I've had enough. This is the first time I've ever called talkSPORT.
Yes.
Because I've just had enough. I've really had enough.
Go on.
Of Ruben Amorim. His in-game management is awful. Absolutely awful. Honestly, he's like he takes Casemiro. He takes Casemiro off every game. He didn't tonight, but he takes him off every game. Brings on Ugarte, brings on Dorgu, who's just a waste of space to me. And the violin.
First time on, he's got the violin.
Violin off deal.
Just ignore it, mate. Just ignore it.
Just keep talking.
No, he's just out of his depth. He really is out of his depth, and I think he's got something like 49 points from 40 games. I'm sorry, that's just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. He's out of his depth.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, get rid of him. Yeah, I'd honestly get rid of him. I'd get rid of him now.
That ain't happening, is it? That's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. Of course, it's not going to happen. If they finish, because apparently the ownership said at the start of the season that this team is good enough to finish in the top 6.
Mm-hmm.
So if he finishes 11th, where I predicted this team to finish,
I don't think you finish 11th.
there's no more excuses. He's had a year and a half. He would have had a year and a half at the end.
3 years, mate. It's a 3-year project.
Going nowhere, Dylan. Dylan's going nowhere.
3-year deal, mate.
I know they said 3 years, but Jim Ratcliffe also said that Ashworth was top 2. He got rid of him after 3 months. He gave Ten Hag.
You got Wolves away next Monday, right?
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
that's an absolute. So there's 3 points.
Well, are you sure about that?
Well, if it's not, then you'll be phoning up again.
Yeah, we'll be. Yeah.
We'll be making your second call to talkSPORT.
I'm orange in the face now, but if we lose to Wolves, I'll be red.
This has been a kind fixture list this month, actually, for you, when you think about it.
Yeah,
you know, Everton, West Ham, Wolves.
Yeah.
Palace was a tricky one.
Right, Palace is a tough game, but you've come through that, and that was probably the hardest game, and they got 3 points.
Yeah.
And then the other two, you're like, oh, mate, really, you got to think about, Everton, West Ham, and Wolves really should be 9 points.
Yes.
Should be 2 at home,
especially 2
1 away against the worst.
100%.
And you've picked up 3 points against Palace. Do you know, and you go through that fixture list and you go, really,
mate, listen,
much out of it. And I guarantee you after, I don't know what's coming up over Christmas, but I guarantee you it's hard because you don't have a kind fixture list like that without then all of a sudden having a couple.
Well, let me tell you now, they beat Wolves at the weekend on Monday.
Okay, who've they got after that?
Right, okay, brace yourself, right?
Yeah.
They've got Bournemouth at home. They've got Villa away.
There you go.
Newcastle at home.
There you go.
Wolves. How come they've got Wolves at home then? I mean, there's
you start again, mate. You have to play everyone twice.
Yeah, I know, but so soon.
On.
So in the same month. It's weird, isn't it?
It is a bit weird, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what they've got.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Bournemouth, Newcastle, Villa.
So out of them, right?
Right. All of a sudden you're going.
Right. Okay. So 3 points against Wolves. Happy days. 3 points at home to Bournemouth. They'll probably lose away at Villa.
What? 3 points?
They're beating Bournemouth at home, mate.
They can't beat Everton or West Ham.
They're beating Bournemouth at home, mate. Right. Tell you what, mate, that's good. I've got 11 points here. Be top of the table come January 1st. No, there's points there to be had, mate. If they've got to come out of that. Look, Villa away's tough. They've got to beat Wolves next Monday.
Yeah.
That is it. Don't even talk to me about losing that game.
No, they can't lose.
Don't talk to me because if he loses that, mate,
we'll be doing a sports bar.
We'll be doing the sports bar.
Oh wow! Yeah, if they lose that one, geez, that's going to be a biggie. All right, get your calls in. Man United fans want to hear from you. West Ham fans want to hear from you as well. That's a decent point, but you're still in the relegation zone. 03 717 22 3344. You're listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy, still to come. Cundy is going to go through his Chelsea horrific performance from last night. But first, West Ham, now in the relegation places, even though they got a draw against Manchester United tonight. Here's how all the action sounded right here on talkSPORT.
You never quite know what you're going to get with this Manchester United team. West Ham are in a different predicament altogether. A fascinating night lies ahead on talkSPORT. Back to Casemiro with a shot. Big deflection. Dallo turns it into the Stretford end. And Manchester United lead. And they're heading up to 5th. Manchester United 1, West Ham United 0. Corner into the near post. Headed off the line. And the rebound is in. West Ham have got themselves an equaliser. It's 1-1 at Old Trafford. Magassa was there.
This game had a draw written all over it, to be honest. Man United have not performed.
1-1 after 84 minutes on talkSPORT. And boos from some as the final whistle blows. Manchester United 1, West Ham United 1.
Yeah, disappointing night for Manchester United in the end. Not managing to get 3 points. It's one win in their last 5. Let's go to Harry's a Man United fan. H?
All right, H.
Hey, up, mate, you all right?
You all right?
Yeah, H. It's just not happening for you.
Oh, mate, it's shocking. There was no hope in that performance tonight. I mean, to come out of Everton and Wolves at home with 1 point, especially when you're playing Everton against 10 men for the most part of the game. Yeah. If we go to Wolves next week and we don't take 3 points, I'd sack him on the spot.
No.
Is that, yeah, I mean, but the funny thing is, right, you are actually in and around the hunt for top 4.
No, I know we are, but you see how tight it is. But it's tight from about 15th, 16th. There's nothing in it.
No, but
I mean, once the season balances itself out, yeah, and I don't like saying it. I'm normally as optimistic as anything, but I think we'll end up about mid-table.
If you lose against Wolves next Monday evening, then then that's
you know
all.
What?
Yeah,
you know what it is, right? I think it's the formation. The formation is shocking. And
he ain't changing it, though, is he? He's not changing it. He's wedded to it.
But I don't think half of the players are good enough anyway. But if you watch us try and build our defence, but it's just nothing. And they're so slow. I mean, you've got Ahmad playing right wing back.
He's good, by the way.
Yeah, he is good, but you want him a bit further up, don't you? I mean, and the formation don't allow for it.
No.
I mean, you talk about Mainu before, and I love Kobe Mainu, but where's he going to get in this team? He's clearly wedded to Bruno and Casemiro midfield, who haven't got any physicality between them. Not saying Mainu has, but, if you get an extra body in there, I don't think we need 5 defenders all the time.
That's what he's going to play. We know who he is now as a manager. We understand that he is not for turning. He is not going to change that formation.
Is it? Yeah. I know you keep saying he's not going to change the formation, and you're right. He probably ain't. But surely, you're going to look at the performances. You're going to look at the players you've got and go, can I go to a 4? Can I get Bruno Fernandes as a 10? Can I play Kobe Manu and Casemiro? Do I need to have 3 centre-halves on the pitch at home? You've lost against Everton. You've drew against West Ham. West Ham are there tonight to be beaten, right? They were, right? But they don't. They go 1-0 up, and they haven't got enough quality going forward, enough players in the box.
Jay, he's not changing.
It's
not changing.
I know, but it's so predictable all the time, He
ain't changing. So look, we'll talk about my mob in a second, right? But Leeds
you can
United,
change in game, right?
Leeds United went to a back 5 or back 3 against Man City at the weekend, right? Second half.
Yeah.
And they played really well. He kept the formation. He's almost stumbled across this, Farker. Because he had to do something. 2-0 down at the weekend, and he got a good performance.
Wait there, because we're going to hear from Man United manager now. Ruben Amorim is with Dec McCarthy.
Ruben, thank you for joining us live on talkSPORT. How much of a missed opportunity was that tonight?
Yeah, he's really frustrated. We had nights like this before, but the game was there for us. We were defending far from the goal. 1 second ball, we knew that they will try to win a corner or something, and that happened. we lost control a little bit the game and after our first goal, but nothing major. So it's really disappointed to lose 2 points.
From the stands, it looked like when the goal went in for Dallo, you took your foot off the gas. Is it just complacency? What do you put it down to?
I don't know. I have to see the game, but we need to be better on that because there was not a big pressure from the opponent for us to control the game. Was more second balls and then they running in front of our defenders, so we have to address that.
In the second half, you made a change in midfielder. I think many maybe thought they might have seen Kobbie Mainoo come on tonight, but instead you opted for Ugarte. Can I just ask what Kobbie Mainoo has to do to get into the Manchester United side?
No, it's after the injury. He stopped for 3 weeks and was the first guy getting inside the pitch against Everton. So sometimes it's the way you see the game and try to choose the best players.
And obviously the squad has been hit by injuries. Matthias de Ligt, which you confirmed pre-match he should be back for the Wolves game. But one positive tonight was Cunha back in the side. And what did you make of his contributions to the team?
Like the other, he tried, and like the others, we have a lot to improve.
And just finally, it's Wolves next. I suppose you'd want to see a big reaction for that next Monday.
Yeah, well, I want to win every game, and we need to do everything to win every game. So it's not just because we draw today. It's always the same thing. We try to win the game.
Thank you very much for joining us live on talkSPORT.
Yeah, Ruben Amorim there with Depp McCarthy. You know what? Instantly, he annoyed me because he says, and Man United fans must be pulling their hair out. He said the game was there for us to win. You could see, I could see it, I could sense it. The game was there for us to win. Well, go and put another midfielder on or put another attacking player on. Don't play 5 at the back. Get Bruno Fernandes playing number 10. Put Kobbie Mainoo in midfield with Casemiro and play 4 at the back and go and win the game.
He ain't doing it.
You're killing yourself.
He ain't doing it.
He's not doing it. Arrogant.
He's not doing it.
He's so arrogant and stuck in his way.
He's not doing it.
I'm 3-4-3. It's the only formation I'm ever going to play ever as a manager. Even when you're chasing a game or you're looking to win the game, in-game management, you make a change and you be brave and you go, right, you know what, I'm going to be brave here and I'm going to put on another attacking player, or I'm going to go for it at the back and say, right, you know what, we're going to go and win this game. We've got good possession. We're on top of West Ham. We're defending high up the pitch. Let's go and win the game.
Jay, you ain't doing
it. Honestly, it's Mickey Mouse stuff. It really is. It's Mickey Mouse. Like, at any level that you manage any level, in-game management, you look at the game, you see the game, you go, right, how can I change this game and win the game for us? What can I do? What tweak can I make? Assistant manager, what are you thinking? Who can I put on? All he does is he makes like-for-like changes all the time. Brings Darlow off, puts Dorgu on. Takes Luke Shaw off, puts Martinez on. Make a positive change, which is going to win the game and change the game.
He brought Ugarte on for Cunha. That's him trying to shore things up, isn't it? That's bringing on a defensive-minded midfield for an attacker. And that's on 77.
It's Mickey Mouse, mate. Honestly, it's like, do you want to go and win the game? You're playing West Ham at home. They're in the bottom 3.
Jay, he is not going to change that. Would you not? Okay, let me ask this. If they're 1-0 up against Wolves next weekend, right, and it's on 75 minutes, and he went to a back 4, you'd be stunned, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I would be, about time. It's just, I don't know what it is. Surely any manager out there can see that game needed another body up front. They needed another body in an attacking area to create an overload.
Or just to keep possession. Because football, when you're in this, when you're 1-0 up, you see teams now trying to keep the ball. And he ain't doing it, mate.
It's just in the end, it was just.
Kobbie Mainoo's the one that, if you're going to do that, Kobbie Mainoo's the one to bring on.
Yeah, bring Kobbie Mainoo on, take off Luke Shaw, put Kobbie Mainoo in midfield, 4 at the back, push Bruno Fernandes higher up the pitch, and then you dominate the game in their half.
Ain't happening.
Just, I can't get my head around it. It's ridiculous. Let's go to Cam, who's a Man United fan. Cam?
All right, Cam.
How's it going? Is he winding me up? I'm sat outside Old Trafford trying to get home. My feet are freezing. That's 2 weeks in a row where we could have been knocking on the top 4 door. And he's telling me the game's there for the taking. It's West Ham at home. They're in the bottom 3.
It was there for the taking, though. Of
course it was. We're Man United.
I know, but you don't take the game, do you?
He brings on Ugarte, who's frightened to go forward. He's playing Ahmad at right back that not giving him a chance to get forward. The caller before said he's wedded to this formation. Mate, forget that. We're Man United. We go there. We should be. They should be frightened to death to come to Old Trafford. They're turning. All these Mickey Mouse teams are turning up at Old Trafford, knocking the ball around. They made Wan-Bissaka look like Cafu in the first half.
Played really well, Wan-Bissaka. He's improved since he left United, by the way.
Mate, honestly, I wasn't sure. It was absolutely romping down the right wing. Why did we get that Wan-Bissaka? Or is it the fact that we're just absolute mugs at home? We played against Everton last week. I know everyone's saying it. Sorry, boys, I'm shaking here. He's coming on saying, "Oh, we've got
go."
Oh, mate. I'm a big Ruben Amorim fan. Usually.
Are you though? Are you?
Don't sound like it.
I mean, I don't sound like it, do I?
No, you don't at all.
But, mate, he's losing us a little bit. I'm telling you. I sit in the Stretford end. And the fans that come on the radio and rant, I usually go, you don't dig out your own club on the radio. And look at me. I'm having to, because it's like banging your head against the wall, paying thousands of pounds to go and watch this club.
Cam, I'm not a Man United fan, right? I'm not a Man United fan. But they frustrate the life out of me when I watch
them. Secretly.
But they frustrate the life out of me when I watch them. I watch them and I'm like, surely you can see that you need more bodies in midfield, or you need to go and attack the game. That West Ham was sat in, and if you had another body in the middle of the park or higher up the pitch, you could have won that game 2 or 3-0.
Exactly. We'll go. By the way, this is what we do for the last few years. Ten Hag in charge, Amorim in charge. We have a couple of good results. Then we take a couple of steps backwards. We'll go to Wolves, by the way, and we'll beat them. Yeah, and everyone will calm down again. It's what always happens. And then we'll play Bournemouth at home, and they'll pass us off the pitch. It's just going to be week on week. Mate,
Cam, how's your feet?
Numb. I'm pouring my brew on my toes, and you think I'm joking? I actually am.
Why are you not got warm socks on?
No, I've got these ankle socks. I'm trying to keep young.
Ankle socks?
What the little like?
No. You can't be wearing ankle socks, Cam.
You're wearing socklets.
Shoe liners. Listen, I've got a reputation.
Shoe liners.
Reputation.
Have you got skinny jeans on?
I have, yeah.
Listen, mate, come on. How old are you?
This is about our manager wearing.
No. Cam, how old are you?
30-something.
Yeah, mate. Skinny jeans and ankle socks are gone, mate. You need to get with the program. It's over.
You got trainers on.
You
got trainers on.
Hang on, Jace. I've seen you up with skinny jeans on TV before. No, don't mess about with them.
No, they're gone, mate. They're gone out the wardrobe.
Everything wears skinny on him.
Can we get back to the point? Man United.
I'm talking about your feet.
You can't wait, mate. You can't go and watch a football match in December with ankle socks. It's unacceptable, Cam.
Yeah,
listen,
Cam.
With Man United, we do what we want usually, and all right, I'll concede that. I'll let you have that. But anyway, chin up. We'll smash Wolves because everyone beats Wolves.
Right, phone us next week. Will you go Wolves next Monday?
I'll be in the home end, and they'll do absolutely nothing about it. I'll be in the home end, yeah.
All right, okay. Phone us afterwards, right? And tell us what you're wearing on your feet.
Yeah, don't be wearing skinny jeans, mate. At Wolves. Mate. You'll stick out like a sore thumb.
On YouTube, go on. There's a free plug. Nice one.
Cheers, mate.
All right, Cam. Thanks for your call. Keep them coming in. We're going to hear from Nuno Espirito Santo as well. Big point for them, but they are still in the bottom three. 03 717 22 3344. Yeah, myself, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy, giving you the sports bar. We're going to be focusing on Chelsea shambles against Leeds yesterday as well. That's coming up. The first talkSPORT Step McCarthy with Hammers boss Nuno Espirito Santo after his side's 1-1 draw at Old Trafford.
Nuno, how much character did the team show tonight with that performance?
I think it was good, that part, the character to come to a tough place and perform the way we did it. We must say that the boys did well.
Even though you went 1-0 down, the team didn't just roll over, which can happen away from home. And Jared Bowen just told us that he felt in particular Freddie Potts was just everywhere on the pitch. I know it's hard to single out a player, but how impressed were you with his performance tonight?
It's difficult to single out because or many of individual good performances, but let's try to keep it as a team. I think we contain Man United, knowing the talented players that they have, the gaps that they find, the pockets. We really defensive was spot on, but the way we went on the second half was good. It was nice to see.
And just asking about the subs, it seemed like there was a bit of uncertainty, in particular in the second half, whether you were going to bring on players or take players off. Does that almost show us what you're thinking about your bench at the moment in terms of bringing on dynamic players to try and impact matches?
No, you can see it this way. It's your, but what I saw, what I felt, that the team was okay. The players were okay. There was no need to make any kind of change because we had a game plan, we had an idea, and the boys stick to it and they believe, okay, we are 1 goal down, but we're still bouncing back from the goal, going forward, creating situations. I didn't felt that the team needed, but the subs come in the right moment. Andy made the corner, Jared had it, was good.
And a special moment for the youngster to get his first goal.
Yeah, we will increase his confidence. We have in the midfield, we have young lads that are growing together, and as a team we are trying to grow with the urgency of results and the situation that we are. But the commitment is there. It's just a small step that allowed us to go to Brighton in a better mood, and recover. The legs will recover faster. So this is finished. Next one is important.
Thank you very much, Nuno.
Nuno, lovely to see.
Yeah, Nuno Espirito Santo there. Let's go to Paul's a West Ham fan. All right, Paul.
P-Dog.
Hello, lads. It's Jamie.
Irons.
Stop it. Right, listen, Jamie. I feel like we've done you lot 3-0. That's how happy I am. What a game. Seriously.
Yeah, fair play to us. He done all right in the second half. I thought he done all right first half as well.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a Billy Bonds performance by all of them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I mean, Wan-Bissaka, some of the tackles he was flying in.
Should have got sent off, though, shouldn't he?
He should have gone.
Should have gone.
Yeah, well...
Got away with that big time.
Yeah, he did.
That's it. Why are you looking on the bad side, boys?
No, I'm just saying, fair play.
No, to be fair, right, he was good.
He did play well.
Wan-Bissaka was good. I said to Jan in the green room, he looks a better player now than he was when he was at Man United.
Oh, he's been our best player for weeks and weeks and weeks. You can't take it away from him. He gives it 100% every game. I mean, all the lads were running. If Paqueta had been there, we'd have been 4-0 down at half time because he would have just, if he hadn't been sent off, he'd have been falling around on the floor every 5 minutes. But the lads, what I'm saying is they gave 100%. I'm buzzing. As I
can
said,
tell.
I can't believe it's only 1-1.
You're still in the bottom three, Paul, just to remind you.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. I understand all that.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
At this moment in
all
time, you're in the championship.
Oh, Jay. Jay, it's a terrible thing.
Well, it's just a reminder, He's buzzing. I was just bring him back down to earth a little bit.
Hey.
Well, we could do what you did last season, couldn't we?
What's that? Finish 17th? You'd be happy with that?
17th, weren't you? Or something?
Yeah. You'd take that right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anything.
No, but listen, you deserve something out of that game, Paul. Totally agree with you, mate.
The lads need, you tip your hat to them because tonight they put in a performance. Thing is, they got to do it again on Sunday.
Yes, of course.
At Brighton, they got to keep doing it.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at Brighton.
Pride.
Yeah. Keep nicking up. You don't know how important that point will come at the end of the season. It could be massive. That.
Where would they be without Jared Bowen? By the way,
he was good as well. He was good.
Oh, he's class.
I mean look, without him, you're in disarray.
Yeah, again, you're on a downer, James.
Well, I'm just saying, Apparently, there's people coming in for him in January, mate.
Oh, Jay, why are you killing him?
He could be in trouble.
Oh, sorry about him, mate. He's ruining.
What do you reckon it'll be Liverpool again? Because they're trying to buy everybody and do nothing.
I don't know. Spurs might nick another one of your players.
No, let's not say that. Anyway, lads, I'm pleased. Jamie, it's like doing you 3-0, but I'll take the 1-1 draw.
Well yeah, enjoy it.
Paul, enjoy it. It was a decent point. Let's go to Rob. He's a West Ham fan. Rob.
Yeah, good. Iron. Okay?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Fair play, West Ham. Stuck in there.
Do you know what? I'm on my way home now from the ground. We had an absolute nightmare getting up there tonight. The traffic was horrendous. I've got no voice left. I wasn't going to phone up, but I heard that Man United fan phone up and say about these Mickey Mouse clubs who turn up at our ground and walking away with saying, we ain't no Mickey Mouse club, mate. You know what I mean? We're struggling at the moment. Yeah, but we went there last season. We won there last season. But for that Man United fan to say we're a Mickey Mouse club, it's not cool. I do know what. I took my little boy there today, 13 years old, his first away game. I emailed the school last week. I said to him, to the school, look, I'm taking my boy out for a field trip.
Yeah.
I said, okay, fill out the form. I filled out the form, told him he's gone to a field trip.
Yeah.
There we go.
Pay the fine.
Hold on, what? You're going to go to a field trip?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Hold on.
Educational field trip, isn't it?
It's not an educational field trip, mate. You've gone to a football match.
Football is an education.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Pay the fine.
Do you know what?
Pay the fine.
You should have just put it down, taken him Old Trafford.
mate, you know what? I've taken him out too many times already, so I have to come up with another one.
No, mate. No more excuses, mate. Pay the fine.
Is he going to school tomorrow?
No, I've gone for 2 days.
2 days?
Back till Monday.
It's a disgrace.
That is
a disgrace.
He's got Thursday, Friday. He's got a 4-day holiday.
Come on, mate. You've got to be better than that.
No, look. Sometimes you've got to do things when it comes to football. Sometimes you've got to do... He's gone down the right channels. He hasn't said that little Johnny...
He's gone down the right channels. He's 100% lied.
Yeah, but he's gone down the right channels and lied. But he's done the right thing.
No, he hasn't done the right thing.
He's gone on a field trip.
Is Old Trafford going on a field trip?
No.
It's not on the pitch. It's not on the field, is he?
But it's educational. That is part of his education for the rest of his life.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, he's going to Old Trafford, seeing West Ham. All right, pick up a point.
No.
That is an education.
That's not an education.
It's a part of his education of growing up being an Hammers fan, mate. No, I'm all over that.
You're a disgrace.
No, all over that.
Listen, one day, fine. You can take, one day, fine.
You're gonna get
13, it's not GCSE year. You can allow it. Not 2 days. If he's driving home tonight, Get home.
No, little Johnny's going to be tired, mate.
No, little Johnny can sleep in the car, and he gets up.
Johnny's buzzing.
No,
little Johnny's listening to us now.
He's 13. He's not 9.
He's buzzing, mate.
He gets up. He goes to school. Secondary school, mate. Get in and get your job done.
Education. Going to see West Ham, pick up a point at Old Trafford. I'm all over that. No. That's a lifetime education. He's getting there, right there.
Disgusting.
90.
Fine. 03717 223344.
As Lewis Hamilton, now at Ferrari, dares to dream of a record 8th F1 world title, the Tifosi will be hoping the Brits can bring glory back to Italy. To many, Ferrari and Formula One are inseparable. They're the only team in the sport today to have competed in the first World Championship in 1950, are the most successful team in history and have built some absolutely gorgeous cars. Their first driver's title was won in 1952 by Alberto Ascari. Considered one of F1's most dominant and best-loved champions, he drove the iconic Ferrari 500 and defended his title the year after. It was Juan Manuel Fangio in his Ferrari 250 who secured the team's next driver's title in 1956. Remember, he was world champion 5 times with 4 different teams. Mike Hawthorne, Phil Hill and John Surtees also won titles for Ferrari in the 50s and 60s, and the cars back then were beautiful, and they even sounded great, didn't they? Anyway, Ferrari went 11 years without winning a title until Niki Lauda won in 1975 in the iconic 312T. Throughout much of the 80s and 90s, though, Ferrari looked like they'd never go all the way again. Le Professeur Alain Prost came pretty close in 1990, but lost out to his bitter rival and former teammate at McLaren, Ayrton Senna. It was only when John Todt recruited a swathe of staff from outside of Italy, including Michael Schumacher, that the glory days returned 21 years after their last driver's title. The turn of the century saw the prancing horse sprint to an unprecedented 5 consecutive championship doubles. And after Schumacher left, Kimi Raikkonen reclaimed the driver's title immediately. But despite employing 1,500 people, the Iceman remains the last Ferrari world champion. So, 16 constructors' titles, 7 more than McLaren, and 15 drivers' titles, 4 more than, again, McLaren. Ferrari are truly Formula One's top team. Forza Ferrari.
Good evening, you are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy, going to head over to Washington again to catch up Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent ahead of the World Cup draw tomorrow. But first, it's time to take a look back at last night's Premier League action with talkSPORT Bet.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Stay on the ball with our safer gambling tools. Find out more at talksportbet.com. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Towards the near post, but it's flicked on, and it's in! Jacobino with the near post header, and Alan Road erupts. Nobody from Chelsea picked him up. Leeds United 1, Chelsea 0.
That is a really well-worked and powerful header from the corner.
Leeds have it back on the edge of the penalty area. Oh, what a goal! Tanaka with an absolute screamer, and Leeds lead by 2 goals to 0. But now it's won back by Okafor inside the area, and Calvin Lewin will score. A defensive nightmare for Chelsea. They had the ball, they lost the ball, 3 yards out. Robert Sanchez is absolutely furious. There goes the full-time whistle. What a defeat for Chelsea at Ellen Road. Leeds United 3, Chelsea 1.
Up the Chels. Up the Chels.
Was it great, was it?
That was a shocker, mate. Let's hear from your boss.
Hold on. You just look back at last night's action.
No. That was the action.
What?
Let's hear from your boss, Enzo Maresca. Again, talking to talkSPORT about whether Chelsea's inconsistency is frustrating him.
For me, it's the reality because I know my players, I know the team, I know that we cannot perform all the games in the way we have done against Arsenal or we have done against Barcelona or we have done in the last month. And the reason why is because we need to, unfortunately, we need to change players, we need to rotate because we need to protect them, otherwise they can have a big injury.
What happened, mate?
I mean, look, it's so Chelsea, right? And it's so of this team to do what we beat up Barcelona, a really good performance. I think Barcelona was poor. Go down 10 men, fight against Arsenal to pick up a point. In the end, I was disappointed we didn't get more, actually. I felt we were the better side.
Yep.
And then we roll over, go up to Ellen Road and absolutely roll over. That was unacceptable, that performance. That's the worst under Maresca. Totally unacceptable. I think he'll probably look back on his team selection, made 5 changes, got Chalobah right back, you got Gusto on the bench. Esteval, it was that's welcome
Santos
to the Premier League. Second,
Santos in midfield.
Santos, he didn't play well. Played well against Burnley, didn't have a good game. Enzo needed legs around him, mate, all over the pitch. No one in the Chelsea shirt can hold their head up and say I put an effort in because it was just from whistle one, we were second best. Look, Leeds deserved to win, right? I don't think Leeds are great at all. I think Leeds just they filled holes, they defended
good
well.
Team, Leeds, mate.
Well,
good team.
Well, I don't
got
think...
a tune out of them. They had your number.
They did have our number, but we were... That defeat is on us. We were terrible, honestly. Absolutely terrible. Can't defend it. There's only one positive I said to you earlier. Cole Palmer's come off the bench. That is the only positive. It looks like he's going to be getting fitter and we need him over the Christmas period. But it was a horror show. It was a horror show, mate.
Let's go to Andy. He's a Chelsea fan, right, Andy?
Right, Andy.
Evening.
Right, mate.
What happened?
Well, I just think from the, like you said, from the first whistle, we just weren't on it, and I just think not playing Gusto at right back, I think there's a bad idea, or they could have played Acheampong.
Josh, I don't know what Josh. Yeah, Josh has played really well.
He was saying like he's like the next star, but then don't play him. Like,
yeah,
I don't get it.
No, I agree. I think Josh can consider himself very unlucky that he's not had more minutes in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, like, I get it all over the pitch, though. All over the pitch was just. Everyone was terrible.
Oh God!
It's okay.
Deserve it.
Yeah, I know. Got to take it on the chins.
No.
Just take it on the chins, mate.
I think I predicted we'd lose this game about 2 weeks ago.
Well, I said to Jay last.
I looked at the fixtures. I looked at Burnley. I knew we'd beat them.
Yeah.
Barcelona, I thought we were going to beat them. We'd be up for that. And again, Arsenal. I saw Leeds away. I was like, nope, we're losing that.
I know. It's one of those games, right? All the fans know what it means, and I'm not.
Exactly. And this is what I don't get with the tactics.
Would you need your nappy
changing?
Did you put yourselves at Ellen Road? Did you put yourselves at Ellen Road? It's changing nappy. Come on, it's changing nappy.
I mean, not one of them players got more than a 4 out of 10.
No, look, it was. Do you know what I want to do? I want to screw that. If there was a bit of rubbish, I want to screw it up, throw it in a bin, and say, right, take the rubbish out and just leave it, right? Because that's how bad it was. But do you know what? We got Bournemouth away at the weekend, right? And that all of a sudden is becoming a must win. So we're still top 4. We're still hanging in there, right?
Slipped up a bit. They've plummeted. So I think what we should have done, we should have played one of our strongest 11s for the 45 minutes and then rested some players for Bournemouth.
Okay, so you're going to have to amount this.
Because I think Bournemouth has just completely fallen down. So I think we could have just taken them on anyway.
Yeah, I know, matey. And it's like I said, it's another potential banana skin, by the way, at Bournemouth at the weekend.
Yeah, I know.
That is a toughie.
Take the baby. No, we don't like Bournemouth.
No, you wind it. We wind it.
Take the baby.
No, wind it. I hope it's 6 all down the back of your neck.
Take the baby.
No, having it.
Up the Chelsea anyway.
Up the Chelsea. World champions. This is what happens when you're world champions,
Exactly,
right?
world
No,
champions.
no. Don't want the baby. Don't want the baby. Don't want the baby. Keep the baby. No, I've got Stanford there. He'll come and bite you. No. I ain't taking the baby. No. No. Let's go and speak to.
Up the Chelsea.
Cheers, Andy.
Dear. Let's go to Ben, who's a Leeds fan. All right, Ben.
All right, Benny boy.
Hello.
All right, Benny boy.
Well, I spoke to you last night, didn't I, Jace? Well, I didn't actually. No, my apologies, not to yourself, because you phoned in. Sorry. No, my apologies.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got to say something to you, right? Because I was talking to Jamie, and then Maresca came on.
Right.
I was cut short. But honestly, Jace, this idea about Leeds getting relegated. Come on. I mean, we've been waiting so long.
I'm only having a bit of fun with you, Ben.
No, you weren't, mate. He's being serious, mate.
If you went down, I couldn't care less who goes down. I'll be honest with you. Wolves go, Burnley can go, West Ham can go, Forest, Fulham. I don't care who goes down.
Well, you did bring a tear to my eye. I've got to be honest with you. I mean, come on. We've been waiting so long for Leeds to come back up. I mean,
I like Leeds when they come to Stamford Bridge. We're one of the fan bases that I absolutely love because you bring energy. And the Premier League needs Leeds. Honestly, don't take it. I'm only messing with you, Benny boy.
No. But, the thing is, though, Jace, right, when we talk about this energy, right, and see, we've been lacking this throughout this season so far, right, and all of a sudden we rock up with Man City. We put Haaland in our pocket. I mean, he was quiet because we come to teams and we play football. We play this press, which I think it doesn't matter. I was saying to your guy just now, it doesn't matter who you play against, what team you play against, City, Chelsea, Liverpool. If you play that type of intensity and that press, it gets teams rattled, No,
look, well done. You deserve to win, right? But as a Chelsea fan, I look at that result and I look at that performance and I can't get my head around how bad we were, right? And I think Burnley would have beaten us. I think Crewe would have beaten us. It was that bad a performance. So well done. You're at home, and the atmosphere.
With the greatest respect, with greatest respect, though, Jace, to those teams you just referenced, could they have played that type of press?
I didn't think you were brilliant. I didn't think you had to be. Honestly, I didn't.
I don't know.
No, I
I've
didn't.
seen Chelsea. They've been pretty good.
No, I've come in here, and when we got beat by Sunderland, they deserved it. They're a good team. They absolutely deserved it. And and we played Brighton as well at home, right? I just felt last night.
Beat you 3-1, mate. They pumped you.
Yeah, I know, but I felt it was more. That's about us. That result. That's on us. Well done, Leeds. Well done. That is on us. We can't. If we play like that against Bournemouth, we'll get beat by them, and it won't because Bournemouth are great. It's because we're garbage. That's what that result and performance was about. That is on us. Right? Well done. You know,
good team, Ben. Good team, mate.
You
rattled them, mate. You rattled them.
The league position suggests not.
Rattled them.
You get relegated.
Well, the thing is, no. But the thing is, no. Honestly, league position, I like that. That was good. No, but the thing is, with Chelsea, we gave them the ball a few times, and I thought, here we go. Do you know what I mean? This is going to be devastating. They're going to absolutely tear us apart, and they didn't. And so, for those moments, and there was a few of them, yeah, I accept, Jace. You know, but majority of the time, I mean, possession was more on your end. I think the second half, particularly towards the end, maybe last 20, 30 minutes, we sort of stepped off a little bit, and that's where I started panicking because I thought you can't keep up.
The third goal was, you know, that absolute gift from Tosin. That was the one, because actually it did feel like we might get the equaliser, you know, and Colt Palmer had a chance and cut it across that near post, and it did feel like there was enough in the game for Chelsea to get back in it, and we wouldn't have deserved it, by the way. No way we deserved it, but that third goal, it kills any momentum, any belief or any hope, and, you know, it's like, I was appalling.
Yeah, it was
absolutely appalling. But Benny boy, I'm only joking, mate. You want to say get relegated?
He weren't, mate.
I'm only joking.
Ben, thanks for your call. That was a look at the latest action. Thanks to talkSPORT Bet. Terms and conditions apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Stay on the ball with our safer gambling tools. Find out more at talkSportBet.com. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Right, up next, we're going to head over to Washington, catch up with Benty and Goldstein. They're courtside at an NBA game. Absolute jolly up these lot. You are listening to the Sports Bar and talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. We'll hear what Robbie Williams had to say about me and Cundy on today's drive show. But first, the boys somehow blagged the trip over to the USA. Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, bringing you live shows from across the pond all week. ahead of this Friday's World Cup draw in Washington. We can now cross over to Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent, who are at the Washington courtside watching the Washington Wizards NBA game. Have you blagged this, boys? What is going on here?
That's sensational. That is sensational.
You have to stop introing us as we've done the blag of the season. We haven't done the blag of the season. It's the blag of the decade.
That's sensational.
Yeah, we are courtside. Thank you. Do you know what, Joe? I've never been to an NBA game before, and it is everything you would expect it to be and a little bit more. If you can just pan up a bit. I know this doesn't work on the radio, but Joe, our cameraman, is going to pan up. I mean, it's just absolutely monster-like, and from the ceiling down to the scoreboard, and then the court below it. It just looks incredible. Bentley's been to an NBA game before, maybe 2 or 3. What do you make of it here?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, the two teams, the Celtics won the championship a couple of years ago, but just being here and seeing all the guys' faces and how happy they are to be here, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But as you said, there's the blag of the century in it. Absolute blag of the century. But do you know what? They invited us. Yeah. We didn't ask to come here. They invited us.
Yeah, but do you know what? I've been out here a week now, and I've really picked up the lingo, and I really hope we see some touchdowns tonight. I think that'd be great.
Have you shot a few hoops?
I've shot a few hoops in my time, Jay. Not tonight. They won't let me on, but I'm gonna maybe run on later on.
Goldstein.
I don't know how many it holds in it. How many do you think it is? Oh yeah, go on.
Bentley's used to being at these types of places, right? Bentley's a bit of a ledge, right? He's been around. He gets to go to nice places. This feels like you look completely lost. You look like you've won a competition.
Well, I might look like I've won a competition, but I'm currently in Washington just about to watch an NBA game, and you're halfway through your graveyard shift. So you tell me who the winner is tonight.
Don't bite, Goldstein. Don't bite. Come on, enjoy it.
I don't want to bite.
Don't bite.
I was just throwing out the reel.
So, Jace, can you hear me, Jace?
Go for it, matey.
Up the Chelsea.
Oh, mate.
Up the Chelsea.
Honestly, honestly, mate, it was so bad. Did you see the game, Bentley?
Yeah, I watched the game. Yeah,
mate, it was absolutely turgid. Honestly, forget it. Draw a line under it. It's happened. Move on. We're still fourth. Do you see Man United tonight, by the way? Jeez.
I ain't watching Man United. They're an NBA game.
So there you go.
Jeez. Stinks.
They were useless. They were useless, Man United. But it doesn't matter. You know what?
Doesn't matter. You're courtside.
Oh, Jesus. I thought I was going to get it there. We had Robbie Williams on the show today. Yesterday with James Corden. Tomorrow we will be playing out. Sadly, we haven't got him, but we'll be playing out a voice note from Trump. And I'm not winding you up. So we've had an unbelievable week. I'm not mucking about. I swear to God, that's true.
Don't make me laugh.
So, do you reckon I can get him to throw me the ball and I can have a little go?
Go for it. Ask. Go on, Stinks. Just ask. They won't mind, mate.
Goldstein, you got absolutely.
No, go on.
Yeah, I'll probably get in trouble.
Okay, go on. Let me shoot a hoop.
Can I have a go? Excuse me.
I'm acting like I'm not even seeing what's going on.
Benny, you need to get yourself out there, mate. He's bringing you down.
I know, I hear that. But you know what? I think he's the best person I've ever seen at blagging anything. So by the end of today, I guarantee he'd have had a shot on the court from somewhere.
Wait, I would have got the winner.
Boys, let's talk about why you're over there. You must be so excited. The World Cup draw, find out who England have got, who Scotland have got, potentially who the Irish are going to have, and maybe Wales as well. So it's going to be a massive day for you boys.
Tomorrow's going to be absolutely huge, yeah. I mean, we're very lucky that we've got to draw live on talkSPORT, and from our perspective, we're going to go to a bar, watch the coverage on talkSPORT, and then we've got a 3-hour show straight after it. Yeah. And we've got some big-name guests with us as well. We're in the same bar that we're in today. We're in that tomorrow, and a few people heard us talk about it on air, and they came down to support the show, so that was quite nice.
By the way, I'm watching behind you,
right? Spared.
They never miss a hoop. They don't miss. Every single one goes in. It's
they're professional players.
No, but come on. But every one of those things. That one missed.
Do you know what's mad about that, Jace? Do you know what's mad about that, right? Is that these are the practice squad guys. So these are not even the guys. So you've got the subs, and then you've got the practice
everyone
squad
goes in.
So these are the guys that are trying to get on the bench.
That's me.
Yeah. I mean, Bentley, Bentley, I know you go and watch NBA. You go and watch NBA quite a lot, but when I go and watch them, and I'm lucky, I've been courtside a couple of times. I can't believe how tall they are. They're giants.
He's never been. You've never been courtside unless you're a ball boy. You've never been courtside.
Goldstein, I'll send you a couple of. I'll send you another couple of videos of me courtside at the Lakers. Yeah.
Stop sending me videos, O'Hara. All right. I'm getting sick and tired of them. Oi, how are you two? How are you two gearing up to playing each other next Wednesday, the first round of the World talkSPORT Darts Championship? Who's favourite for that?
No idea, mate.
Well, Cundy's joint favourite. Bentley's right down the list.
I don't know how that's happened.
Bentley's right down the list in terms of favourites. I don't know how he's down there because I know he's got his own darts. He's got his own coach. You know, if he gets beat by Natalie Sorry again, he probably shouldn't ever show his face at talkSPORT.
Natalie's good, mate. Don't knock that.
I've seen Nat in there practicing.
Yeah, she's practicing again.
Triple 20s.
Let me tell you now, boys. Let me tell you now. The winner of next week's talkSPORT World Darts Championship will be either me or Darren Bent. Drive time will be bringing home the trophy.
Fancy Bent, you know.
Do you know what? I'll make a little statement now. We'll get to the final. We'll have a drive time final.
Well, listen, boys, enjoy yourselves. Yeah. Have a good time. You're living a dream. You're flying the flag over there for the boys.
Can I just say something?
Go for it.
Can I just say something? Before you let us go, right? Just a piece of advice. Both of you work hard, and maybe one day you could be in a job like this.
Honestly, he's unbearable.
In the hot seat.
He is unbearable.
All right, have fun.
I've got. Hold on. Two hot dogs. Frank, the champagne's ready. Okay, all right. We got to go, boys. We got to go.
A reminder that Adrian Durham will be hosting World Cup Drive tomorrow from 4 p.m. with the draw for the 2026 World Cup taking place during the show. And then from 7 p.m, Goldstein and Darren Bent will bring you the World Cup after party with the best reaction, a host of special guests, and exclusive interviews. I mean, they're having it.
Mate, listen, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it, mate. We're holding the fort back here.
We are holding the
fort back here.
Right, let's get back to some calls. Go to Amir, the Man United fan. Amir?
All right, Amir.
Jamie, Jason, how you doing, guys? You all right?
Mate. What happened tonight? What's going on?
Disappointing, mate. Honestly, I actually went to the Everton game and, yeah, we couldn't deal with a sending off. And, you know what I said to your producer? We don't want fifth, we don't want fourth, we don't want Europe. That's what it feels like. Because it's... Oh, here we go. I've been avoiding you guys because of the baby crying and the violin. I thought, right, I'm not calling you guys. Because you really, really drill it in, don't you?
Well...
yeah, but... You know, we're handing it to Arsenal and City. We just, honestly, it's just annoying. And, you know, talking with fans at the ground, they're like, Amorim, he's too stubborn. He won't change his formation. That team is crying out 4-3-3. Go 4-3-3. Just like you said, make a statement. Mainoo's running up and down the side of the pitch. When's he coming on? He goes and bring, okay, Lissandro Martinez. He goes and bring Agate. When's the last time Agate played a game? You know, it was crying out, bring Mainoo on. You want to go win the game, take a risk. Take a defender off. I mean, okay. And I'll tell you something. You're absolutely right. You made a point earlier. Wan-Bissaka looked great tonight. He was nothing like that for us. And he was brilliant. And I said to the lads in the crowd, I said, he used to play for us. And they said, yeah, but that version didn't used to play for us. And then people are saying, well, Onana's looking good in Turkey. What is it with Man United? What are we doing to our players? And then we've not got
the life out of them, didn't you? Suck the confidence out of them, the belief. But the problem is you know, it's massive pressure playing for Manchester United. You're expected to win every single week, and when you don't, you come under scrutiny. A draw is not. A draw is just never good enough for Man United, ever.
Especially, we've had 3 chances to go in the top 2, 3, 4, and we bottled it 2-3 times, and it's like we don't want it. I don't know what else we can say or do. And yeah, your fans are right. We'll probably go turn up. I actually said we might lose to Wolves. Because
whoa, Amir, wash your mouth out.
You can't lose that game,
mate. You can't.
If you lose that,
we can't.
Wolves haven't won a game all season. Okay.
If you lose that game, it's a sackable offence.
Yeah, they've got 2 points.
Twice in 6 games. We're playing them twice. Believe it or not.
What, they got 6 points?
5 games.
So we saying they got 6 points?
It should be.
No,
it should be.
No, you said Wolves.
You know what? The Premiership is unpredictable. Come on, no one.
Amir, I don't like these excuses, Amir.
Amir, mate, they got 2 points.
Don't like what I'm hearing here, matey.
They got 2 points. If you lose to them, it's all over for Amorim. I'm sorry, you can't. There's no coming back. He just annoys me, Amir. Like against Everton, they go down to 10 men. Yeah. He carries on playing 5 at the back when the game's just like what you got, just 3 centre halves standing there doing nothing. Yeah. And then tonight, you know, you go 1-0 up, and all right, just go and win the game. Go and make it 2-3. They were there for the taking.
We're not Arsenal. We're not 1-0 to the Arsenal. That game is crying out for we need a second goal or kill the game off. And then you can start playing tiki-taki football at the back of your, in their half. But it's true. He's wrong when he said, I didn't go defensive. He did. We're 1-0 up. Let's go get the second. No, we sat back. And then the changes. Don't understand why you keep taking a defender off and putting another defender on. I just don't get it.
Crazy, mate.
I don't know what the philosophy is, but hey ho, look, Leeds United, breathe United. Yeah. I'm always going to, support my team.
Yeah. Amir, phone us next Monday, right? When when
after the game.
Yeah, if Wolves.
Hopefully we beat Wolves. I'm saying
you'll
hopefully.
Beat Wolves. No, you'll beat Wolves.
It's not a given.
You'll beat Wolves.
Mate, they can't.
Amir, thanks for your call.
Look, they can't lose that game.
No.
Even a draw is a terrible result.
And they can't lose that. They have to. There's 3 points.
There's 3 points.
Has to be.
Yeah, go there. Give them a slap. Come back.
Mate, Spurs ain't been great this season. We know that, but they played against us.
Yeah.
They were brilliant.
I saw the game.
They were fantastic.
Yes, they were.
And we nicked a point in the end.
Was it Polina?
Polina scored in the 93rd minute.
Yeah, I saw.
But they were fantastic, Wolves. So
but
they have got a performance in them.
Mate, everyone just rocks up to Molyneux and just pulls their pants down and walks home with 3 points. Everyone.
At the moment, it feels like that. You never know. Man United are the gift that keeps on giving. Right, up next, we're going to hear what Robbie Williams had to say about me and Cundy. Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Yeah, Sports Bar and talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. Tonight, we're going to do a midnight train. Give us a call about anything besides sport, politics, or anything too serious. You want to need a chat, you want to have some advice, you're in the track driving somewhere, you want to have a little conversation with the boys. 03 717 22 3344. We've got back pages as well as soon as again, but first it's time for this. Yeah, rest of talkSPORT. Run you through the highlight moments from across the station. Let's kick things off with Drive. Goldstein and Bent. Now, if you didn't know already, the boys are out in America. Throughout the week, they've been joined by a range of star-studded guests, including pop star Robbie Williams. Here's the British icon asking the boys a rather important question about talkSPORT's presenters.
Who's the hardest sports talk presenter partnership is we get into the evening show with O'Hara and Cundy. Break it down.
That's not a problem.
Break it down.
Well, he'll go O'Hara.
Yep.
And, I mean, you've seen Cundy.
Why haven't you?
I keep getting the hard lock.
Do you think O'Hara? No, what I'm saying is, are you saying O'Hara is harder than Jason Cundy?
Yes. Yeah, because Cundy can't move. He literally stands up out of a chair and you can hear his bones.
Okay, Jason Cundy, we need you to weigh in on this.
He's right. He's absolutely correct.
Unfortunately, Goldstein.
He is absolutely correct.
Yeah, I can't move, mate. You don't want me like.
I wouldn't want you in a bar fight.
No, what, alongside you?
No,
you don't want me.
No, mate. You're the last person.
By the time I've got up out the chair, mate, the fight's finished.
Yeah. The only saving grace is you couldn't run away.
No, I couldn't run
so
away.
You'd have to fight.
I'd have to fight. To throw.
You'd have to throw something.
Well, by the time I've got up, I'm probably knocked out. I mean, what?
He's out.
He's gone.
Yeah. Do you reckon, out of all the talkSPORT presenters, like in terms of the shows together, as a two, who do you reckon wins in a tag team?
I'm not particularly impressed with any of them, to be honest with you. I mean, I've got Big Al. Big Al can't move. Okay, Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist. I mean, Jeff Stelling. I mean, he's not a fighter. Big Al could.
No, but if you put him in a tag team, Big Al.
He can't move.
No, but Coisty could, throw a couple of shots.
And then you got White and Jordan.
White
and Jordan.
Yeah, Kehoe, no.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got a couple of. Yeah, but it's White and Jordan. Can't throw Kehoe in there.
Yeah, that's
H
true.
and J, I mean, forget them.
Yeah, no, they're
right?
out. They're finished.
I mean, Bentley looks like he can handle himself.
Yeah, he's soft though, Bentley. Bentley's soft.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Goldstein's
a big softie.
Goldstein.
Goldstein.
Mate, honestly, he couldn't run away quick enough, Goldstein.
Yeah, no, you blow on him, he'd fall over.
Yeah, and then we move in.
We got Paul Ross and Stu Pot.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That is it.
Paul Ross and Stu Pot.
No one messes with.
Mate, don't mess with Paul Ross.
No, Stu Pot, I think you'd have to kill him.
Yeah.
If he comes back again, he keeps coming.
Stewie just keep getting back up off the floor.
He
got to get, because he's small, he ain't got to lift himself up far.
Do you remember the Weebles? Do you remember them? Weebles wobble, they don't fall. He'll go down, but come straight back up. He'll go bang, bang, bang. He'll go down, and come back up, and bang, bang, bang. Go down, come back up, bang, go, bang, bang, bang. That's what
Yeah. Paul Ross and Stu Pot.
I think that's the tag.
The hardest group.
There you go.
There's the hardest team.
Down the tag team, mate.
Okay, don't forget the boys will be back tomorrow. Bring you live reaction from the World Cup drawing watchings.
Right, let's stay with drivers. A bit of insight. Goldstein treats pop star royalty when he's in their company.
We went to the Fast Show the other night, Saturday night, and we had to, at half-time, go from the box and go all the way through the theatre to go to this half-time room where there was, nibbles and stuff. He sent me out first as a buffer with the general public. Now, arguably, I am more famous than Andy Goldstein. Yeah. And I realised the second time that we did it, I looked behind me and he just got his head down like this.
See? You know what, Goldstein, he is such a...
He's having himself...
He's like sending out Robbie, so Robbie can go and clear the crowd so he hasn't got to talk and speak to them.
Yeah.
Goldstein doesn't like the public. This is not new news. Goldstein, and he's in the public, he don't touch them. People go, hey, Goldstein, and he comes, no, don't touch. Don't want
to get involved.
Don't want to get involved, mate. No.
He's not one of them.
He's worried about germs. He's worried about all sorts.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
He's probably worried about someone, saying you're someone.
Whoa, you got great hair. Is that what, what you were going to say?
Yeah, I mean, there's,
Goldstein goes up, he's farting. He's cheeky, right, for doing that, but it doesn't surprise you about Goldstein.
Doesn't surprise me either, no. Let's finish with this morning's breakfast show. Alan Brazil, Gabby Bonglaw. Sticking with the theme of music, Big Al moaning about Jay-Z being one of the top artists of all time.
How are these guys mega multi-millionaires beyond me?
Who?
Him.
Who? Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some great songs though. Come on.
Like what? Everyone.
Bonnie and Clyde.
That was Georgie Fame, wasn't it? Bonnie and Clyde.
Big Pimpin'.
Oh, Big Pimpin'. Dear, oh dear.
Big Pimpin'. Big Al was
Big
like...
Al actually looked stunned, didn't he?
He did.
He looked really stunned.
Yeah. Mate, Jay-Z's up there.
Well,
if you was going to have a... here's a great question.
Go on in.
Mount Rushmore
Yeah.
of artists.
George Michael.
Yeah.
Right. What, for me?
Yeah, Mount Rushmore, that's 4 people.
Andrew Ridgeley.
Who?
Andrew Ridgeley.
Okay, he's in Wham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pepsi and Shirley.
Who's that? So it's just Wham, basically. You can't... come on, mate. You got to give me more than that.
No, that's it. You asked me.
Give me more than
Look,
that.
if you don't like the answer, don't ask the question. Where are you going?
Noel Gallagher.
Yeah.
Liam Gallagher.
Yeah.
Bonehead. Yeah.
I think
then I'll probably go after that. It's tough. I'd probably go Eminem, just from my youth,
right.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of Eminem.
And then
that's it. You've had 4.
I'm not putting Bonehead in. Is Bonehead going in?
You've just said it.
All right, Liam Gallagher, Noel Gallagher, Bonehead, and Eminem. What a band that is. All right, don't forget you can find all our shows on TalkSport app, where you can swipe between TalkSport, TalkSport 2, all our other sister stations. You never miss a moment. Right, let's go to Keane. He's a Man United fan. All right, Keane?
Keane?
All right, boys, you all right?
All right, you good, Roy?
Oh, God, I wish we had Roy Keane sometimes, you know.
I bet you do. Yeah.
I just want to, first-time caller as well, by the way.
Thank you.
I just want to start off with 3 simple words.
Go on.
Free Kobbie Mainoo.
Free him, yeah.
Yeah, honestly. If he doesn't go out on loan or just do something in January, I think his career's done.
His career's not done. He's a baby. He hasn't even started.
I mean,
you know, but it's tough for him at the moment.
The reason I say that, right, is because when you're just on the bench, because obviously he was shining the past couple of seasons,
Yeah.
his confidence will just be hitting rock bottom and he feel like he won't have anything left. But what I want to speak most about is Amorim and with his substitutions, like for the past, since he's been, I don't know what he sees.
He just does like for like all the time. It's just like he don't. His in-game management is tactical, like just to be brave and think, right, I'm going to go and win this game. Well, we're 1-0 up, but I'm going to go and win it 2-3 because they were there. West Ham, I thought in the end, I thought they were there, and he just doesn't make any positive changes.
During the game, they had so many chances where, like, Callum Wilson would hold up the ball and then play it on to like Bowen, just running through. Yeah. And, like, Mazraoui would just, like, get the slightest touch of the ball just to stop it going through. Yeah. But that happened that many times. We just seem so open. And it just seems to be a common occurrence at the moment. And, like, I was at the Everton game, and that was... I had a season ticket since 2015, and that Everton game was arguably one of the worst games I think I've ever watched. It was that frustrating, and then I drove to Selhurst Park on Sunday. First half of that game was a shambles, and then second half they come out, fans backing them, and you think, oh, might be onto something. And then this happens tonight. One thing I do think is the players take the fans for granted.
In what way?
That they know no matter what the result is. Because if I'm being honest, tonight it looked like I can name a few players where it looked like they did not want to be on that pitch tonight. They were just kicking the ball. There was a lot of static, like no movement, like not bothered, didn't want to be
Why
there.
do you think that is?
That's the thing. Can name it down to many things. I just don't think things are right at the minute. And then obviously, I know we had that good run of form where we were picking up, however many wins we had in the row. But then it all just slips up. And when that one slips up, it all just falls from there.
Yeah, there is something missing at United. It's been missing for a while, but it's going to become almost untenable if things just continue like this. The performances, they have had an upturn in results in the last.
Have they?
They have.
Have they?
Yeah. Well,
they're winning 5.
Yeah, but before that,
a couple of draws. Like, they beat.
Before that.
What do you mean before that?
Before that,
they picked up a couple of wins.
Before that, I'm talking about.
Come on, you say they've had an upturn result. Like, they really haven't.
They won, lost in 8.
They stopped losing.
They stopped losing.
Yeah,
stopped losing. They've won
That's
6.
not an upturn in results.
Yeah. It's not been great. Draw, loss, win.
Why are you looking for wins? There's none on there. You're looking on the sheet.
One against Palace.
There's 1 in 5.
Yeah, it's not particularly great, is it?
No.
But it's it's the results as well. I mean, isn't it amazing? Because had they held on and West Ham hadn't scored, I know Man United fans are pretty honest with their club, right? They would have phoned up and said, we weren't great today, right? But we got the win and we'll take it. But I don't think there'll be too many people phoning up wanting an Amorim out because of that one goal. If they go back to, they revert back to what they know. Amorim is not the man. There's a lot of people been saying that on this show for probably the thick end of 6 months.
Mm.
There or thereabouts, right?
Yeah. Oh,
and
it's come in.
It's not changing fast. It seems like this is a big old ship to turn around. Ship.
Yeah. Ship. Yeah. All right. Brilliant. King, thanks for your call. Right, we're going to move on. We've got back pages coming up next. Listen to the Sports Bar and Talk Sport. Me, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Still to come. We've got Midnight Train. Give us a call. 03 717 223344. It only works if you get involved, guys, so make sure you phone us
Come on,
up.
gang.
But first, TalkSport teamed up with Pitch Experiences to bring you an all-out VIP experience at the PDC World Darts Championship at Alexandra Palace on the 23rd of December. You and three mates could be living it large, platinum seats, fine dining, complimentary bar, and exclusive access to the 501 Lounge with Russ the Voice Bray. Then it's straight to your prime table for the best view in the house as the darts drama unfolds. Get ready for an unforgettable Ali Pally Christmas. Here's how to enter. For your chance to win, text DARTS to 8338. Text costs £2 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 4239 760. Lines closed 4 p.m, 18th of December. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus and UK residents only. So far, your chance to win, text DARTS to 83338 now. This is a network promotion. Full T&Cs at talksport.com. Back pages now.
JC.
Back pages, Jack Cunningham.
Evening, lads. How you doing? All right?
All right,
Cundy,
JC.
Chelsea.
Hello,
Good result last
mate.
night, wasn't it?
Stinkfest.
Unbelievable.
Absolute
Chelsea.
stinkfest.
Fantastic.
Nearly as bad as your bed sheets.
Well, you know.
No, Chelsea are worse.
You know, I think Chelsea's performance is worse.
Chelsea are worse.
I think Chelsea's
Well,
worse. You know, it's close.
It's
but,
close.
yeah.
It's close. Close.
But Chelsea, pretty
stunk out Ellen Road. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Right, let's get into some back pages. Back page of the Times. Did you ever doubt me? Joe Root on fire.
But yeah, finally, Joe Root finally gets his first century in Australia. 30 innings it took, but the final question mark over who's been England's greatest ever Test batsman has been answered, and he answered it emphatically when England were in a lot of trouble. They were 5 for 2 when he came to the crease, having lost Ben Duckett and Ollie Pope to Mitchell Starc. And, you know, after winning the toss and going to bat first, it looked like England were going to be in a lot of trouble. Him and Crawley put on a good 117 partnership. And then basically everyone else just sort of fell apart around him. But he just stayed there, got to it off 181 balls, really methodical, never looked in trouble. And, you know, when he got the century, like, you know, after giving all the talk about it and what have you, you know, you thought it could be maybe emotional, over-celebrate it. It was like he just scored a 50 in England. It was so... like reserved celebration because he knew England weren't in a great position at that point, so he just really knuckled down. And him and Jofra Archer put on 60 odd at the end of the day. Really, he was fantastic. To be fair, Root changing gear and smashing them all around the park. It was brilliant to watch.
Yeah.
And England are 325 for 9 going into the second day. And usually teams who make over 260 in the day-night test in the first innings win. So England are in a great position to hopefully make it 1-1. And I think Root, you know, he's always going to go down as one of England's greatest ever cricket players. Yeah. But I think if you look at what he's done over his career, he's probably one of England's greatest ever sportsmen, to be honest, because the fact he could easily catch Sachin Tendulkar's record and become the all-time top test run scorer. One in world cricket has scored more centuries.
We're losing JC.
Legend of the game.
Yeah, and there's some even calling him SB knighted, but we will see that he's still got some work to do over in Australia. The Telegraph have got a story, JC, that no other paper has gone with. Saudi Arabia would fund Salah exit from Liverpool. Now, he signed a 2-year deal, I seem to believe, in the summer. So he's got 18 months left of that.
Yeah.
Is this in January that they might? Because the Saudis, they don't mess about when it comes to things like this.
No, they don't. So 150. Well, if we go back to 2023, they had a £150 million bid rejected by Al Nasser. Sort of last year, when he got the PFA award, said that, you know, that day would have happened if he hadn't have renewed with Liverpool because he was keen on it. And look, he is, in terms of like Saudi Arabia and what they want to do, Salah would be the perfect player because he's obviously a practicing Muslim and like that, he's the poster boy. He's the best Islamic footballer in the world, so he is the poster boy in terms of that. So it does feel like it's a case of when, not if. He does go to Saudi Arabia.
Just on that, Liverpool will make money because he would have walked, of course, in the summer, right?
Of course,
he's out of contract. But this could work out really well financially for Liverpool if they do see there's no future for Salah as they move on, and now might be the perfect time to make that call.
At the moment, he's been dropped for the last 2 Premier League games, hasn't he? So, and let's not say rested. He's been dropped.
Yeah.
And there has been calls for him to be dropped as well for quite a while, and ultimately hasn't. I mean, they've got 4 points, to be fair, I suppose, from the games that he hasn't started. But it does feel like, as much as last season was incredible, the last 3 months of last noticeable decline in his performances, and they've carried on into this season as well. So it does feel like, either January, we probably will see Mohamed Salah leave Anfield, and he will leave as one of Liverpool's greatest ever players. Let's not, even if this season's a poor one by his standards, we shouldn't tarnish his reputation for it. But it just might be time for him to move on. Not every player can stay at the top level forever. Going to Saudi Arabia makes a lot of sense for what Saudi Pro League want, and probably what Salah wants as well.
Okay, I'll see that might happen. All right, back page of the Times again. Tuchel, England can dream of winning World Cup.
Well, I would hope England could dream of winning the World Cup. I mean, Thomas Tuchel has been appointed to try and win it, so I felt like this was a bit of a strange thing, but I suppose he can't just go out and say, yeah, we're going to win it no matter what. But, of course, we're going to have the draw, which, I mean, everyone's really excited about. Yep. It's always nice to see. I think everyone likes to plot sort of the route, don't they, to potential final and stuff. But, look, the way the pot's worked out is that England can't play Argentina or Spain until the semi-final and France until the final. Quarterfinals, Brazil and Portugal potentially. Right. So that's how things could work out with the pots and what have you. We'll have to see who England get drawn against. You would expect England should get through the group relatively easy because they're not going to be drawn against any other pot 1 teams. So Tuchel has been brought in here, hasn't he?
JC, your line's not great tonight, mate. So I don't know. We'll let you go because you obviously ain't got no internet in your apartment. But look, just on, I guess, the Thomas Tuchel one and winning the World Cup. Of course, we can dream, right? But he's got to get it over the line.
He's got to get over the line, Jay. But I've said to you many times, and anyone else that's heard me talk about this, he's been brought in for 3 games: quarterfinal, semi-final, final. That's it. Yes, he wants to get us there, and Southgate got us there. You've got to be with this crop of players. It's not difficult to navigate your way out of this group, and we've done it in style, right?
Yeah.
No, who cares? Get there, then get out the group. Give yourself the best chance of getting, when you get to that quarterfinal, he should have a real handle on what he feels is his best players for whoever the opposition might be.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 games. I know it's an 80-month contract, but the reality is, mate, it's really probably about 10 days, 2-week contract. Get to the semis, get to the quarters, get the semis, get the final. That's what this contract is worth.
Yeah. Do you think he can?
Look, we should get the quarters, right? Right? So
minimum.
Then it's a 3. Then it's win the next 3 games.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason why England have to play. We will. Look, I've been in this situation so many times talking about England, right?
Yeah. No.
Can we win it? Yes. Will we win it? Who knows, mate? Who knows? Are we still the bridesmaids? Are we still that team? Are we still that country? Are we still that?
The nearly men.
Yeah. Well, that's what Wenger has said, right?
Yeah.
That page of the Star. Wenger. He's not wrong. We are the nearly men. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to be a nearly man before you actually are
the man.
The man. Yeah, thank God you helped me out there.
Right, we're going to do Midnight Train. Jace, come on, tee everyone up. What
come on, gang. No sport, no politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Other than that, anything goes. Pick up the phone. It's a Thursday. There's always have a bit of fun on a Thursday. You want a bit of advice? Speak to Jamie. I don't know what advice you want, but you're more than welcome. Here's the thing. Don't leave it too late, because here's what happens. We come on, and literally, as we finish the Midnight Train, it's only for like 25 minutes, they all phone up. Get your calls in now. 03717 22 3344.
Yeah, you're listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus, we going with dog.
you.